Shana Tova. I would like to focus tonight on community, especially our communities here at B'nai Israel. Tempted as I was to simply ask, and I was tempted, to simply ask ChatGPT for a synagogue president's speech for Yom Kippur, I decided that I would rather get input from the real intelligence of our friends on the Board of Governors. So at the beginning of the most recent meeting in August, I asked the BOG to pair into groups of 2 or 3 and come up with different ways they find community here at B'nai Israel. They said, simchas are sweetened and losses are lessened because we experience them as a community. People bringing perspective to a common goal. B'nai provides a shared tradition and level of comfort that allows us to reflect on shared and personal experiences. We have created a chavurah of friends that join our family to grow through the years. We enjoy getting to know people of various generations. Visiting with friends at Kiddush, that's one I can agree with. Everyone is welcome at B'nai, and there is something for everyone at every generation and every stage of life. Travel around the world to learn Jewish history, as well as about Jewish communities in other countries. B'nai is here for you when you want it, how you want it, without judgment. Each person and each family can find their own path here. There's no one way to be a B'nai member, but there is a way for everyone. Our clergy are kind, and they're there when you need them to be. Singing together on Kabbalat Shabbat. B'nai has been the center of our community for decades for my family. Other comments listed our fabulous nursery school, the opportunity to make and keep friends, our clergy, our wonderful Tat Shabbat services, our daily minyanim, our adult education program, our men's club, our sisterhood, our Talmud Torah, youth department activities, scholars and residents, and more. And lastly, and you might guess who this is from, write your own doggone speech. I want to thank the Board of Governors for these ideas and everything they do all year long. I hope that each of you could come up with many reasons of your own that explain why you are an integral part of our B'nai Israel community. Some that are the same and some that are different. After Yom Kippur, if you'd like to share a reason with me by email, that would be wonderful, and it might even make it into next year's speech. Along with many of you, I have and will enjoy simchas here at B'nai, including 3 B'nai mitzvot, 2 confirmations, my father's second bar mitzvah this past Shabbat, and my daughter's upcoming wedding. And I've encountered losses at B'nai as well, including a brother, a brother-in-law, my mother-in-law, and my father-in-law. Through all of these experiences, I've always felt supported by our synagogue. I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the loss of Rabbi Matthew Simon, Zichrono Livracha. Rabbi Simon ably led our congregation for almost 3 decades. We will miss him. When I went to the Shiva to pay my respects, our community was present in such force that I waited 45 minutes in line before giving my condolences to his beloved Sarah. To adopt President Roosevelt's man in the arena speech, success belongs to the person who is actually in the arena, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who actually does strive to do the deeds, who spends their effort in a worthy cause. B'nai strives, and those efforts spent in a worthy cause are ours. I won't try to read a list of every one of you who meaningfully participated in our community, partly because it would be too long, partly because I'd forget someone and get in trouble. And if I didn't say it at that time, let me say it now. Thanks to each of you for everything you do. Again, thanks to each of you for everything you do. Did you know that B'nai hosts more than 1,000 programs and events in our building each year? We are proud to be open to our community 365 days a year. Did you know that over 500 children are participating in our youth programming over these high holidays? We've enrolled more than 110 children in our growing Shillet Nursery School. Our Tat Shabbat is filled with young families each week. Our congregational shlicha, Uriel Lynn, who I hope you've had the privilege of hosting, she's wonderful, continues to spread a love for Israel education and culture in our community. We're hosting 2 congregational trips to explore other Jewish communities around the world this coming year. Rabbi Safra is leading a trip to Argentina and another civil rights trip to the South, to the American South. Our men's club, sisterhood, and chazak groups are replete with fun activities that let you do something while making new friends. I could go on and on. We are thriving and excited for what is ahead for our community. You certainly know that B'nai supports daily Shabbat and festival minyanim that allow opportunities to encounter God with our fixed liturgy or with prayers from your heart. I hope you will do both today and tomorrow on this great and awesome day before our God. B'nai Israel supports our broader community as well with our food drive tonight for Mana, the regular activities of our social action committee, mitzvah day, and daily mitzvot in and around our congregation and around our community. Another opportunity is to join our conservative movement, the United Synagogue for Conservative Judaism. They are organizing a convention in Baltimore this December. I'll be attending, and I hope that some of you will join me. As one of the original Sea Change congregations, B'nai has spent the past year building relationships with members of other faith organizations, faith congregations, across the area, as well as working to create a more equitable local community for all. We look forward to continuing our work as a member of Action in Montgomery and Jews United for Justice. And I'd love to know what other social justice actions and efforts you would be interested in. B'nai Israel has been a worthy cause for the last 98 years, and I encourage each of us to make the effort to take the actions that will take us strongly into our centennial celebration beginning in 2025 and for the 100 years beyond. This brings me to Hineni. Here I am, our annual fundraiser. Our B'nai Israel community is blessed with fantastic clergy, a fabulous executive director, and wonderful staff, and many, many, many volunteers. And their efforts to provide opportunities to participate and to learn. We are thankfully in a position of financial strength as your dues are carefully used, but our expenses are not fully covered by synagogue dues. That is why we ask once a year for your support. The Hineni contributions bridge the gap between our income and our expenses, allowing us to maintain and even improve on opportunities for our community. And while it would be certainly wonderful if everyone in our community could donate at the highest levels, we very much appreciate, and we very much appreciate those members who do. We really do. It would also be wonderful if everyone could participate to the extent possible. Any amount makes a difference and lets us know that you support and value our community. You received a mailing about our Hineni campaign this past week, and we made it easy for you, I think, as easy as possible. You can even just email in a pledge after the holiday. We hope that you will join us for this important campaign that sustains our community. My wish for the upcoming year of 5784, Taf Shin Pei Dalet, is that we, as a community, enjoy all of our many simchas, and that we celebrate them, because we should celebrate our simchas, that we feel supported during any losses, that we and our families make new friends at Kiddush, and I'll be there, join me, challenge ourselves with classes and social action, and they will all move from strength to strength together, b'yachad. Shana tova, Gemara chatima tova, and I hope that everyone has a healthy, happy, and wonderful new year.